about Shishukunj. Just to let you all know that this session is being recorded. So if you feel that there's family and friends who may want to share this with, let me know at betex@shishukunj.org.uk, and I will forward it on to them. Well, I'd like to take a moment just to share about Shishukunj for those who are not familiar with it. Shishukunj is a children's charity supporting over 400 children in the UK with a holistic development to be leaders of their lives from the age of 6 to 18 years. Shishukunj has centers in India, Africa, and Australia, and it is run by the youth for the youth. Our head office, or our Bhavan, as we call it, is in Edgware. Please do check out our website for more information at shishukunj.org.uk. Shishukunj has a seva arm and supports underprivileged children locally and internationally, especially in India, Kenya, and UK. Shishukunj also supports the senior members of our community and conducts monthly sessions called Anandkunj for the 60 plus. And all are welcome. For their well-being, we still are on monthly Zoom. If you know of anyone who may be interested, please contact Anandkunj at shishukunj.org.uk. You can also contact main Shishukunj. Shishukunj also conducts these free monthly BETEC talks for the betterment of the community, for their mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. Speakers come to share their knowledge of these BETECs as a form of selfless service, for which we are forever grateful. If you know of anyone who would like to give a talk, please, once again, contact me at betex@shishukunj.org.uk. And also, if somebody wants to be on a database, once again, contact me at the email address. This evening, on behalf of Shishukunj, we are pleased to invite Shailin Bai of Happy Life Habits. We've had the pleasure of his knowledge and wisdom here at BETEX numerous times. He's always supportive and works and talks from his heart. This session is on grief. Grief is positive. We all have or will be affected by grief after a loss of a loved one. This is a fact. That is nature. How we cope is what matters. The emptiness, the sadness, the heavy hearts, all those emotions. Emotional pain can be so hard to bear. So let's hear now from Shailin Bai, as I'm sure he will shed some light and make us all feel a little lighter. I'll introduce you to Shailin Bai. Thank you.
Namaste all. Thank you, Lakshmi Ben, for the introduction and for the opportunity to share. So, as Lakshmi Ben shared, today is a first time, it's a premiere. So, today is the premiere of the James Bond film in central London, No Time to Die. And really, there is no opportunity for us to know when we will die. So, no time to die, relevant to what we'll be sharing today. And it's also the premiere for the first time of Shishukunj having a hybrid model where in person, in the venue, we've got the setup here, as well as the Zoom at home. Last year, we started the efforts with the Zoom and we progressed, and now we've got both of these as well as the recording occurring. So progress has been made. And a lot has changed in this 1 year. And I will share some of those changes that I've had personally over this 1 year occur. So what I would like to start with saying is that today's session is on positive grief. And when I shared this on LinkedIn recently, somebody wrote, those two words I've never seen together. And I think it's a fair comment, positive grief. Aren't two words you often associate together, but our journey today will be to explore and look at that. So what I'd like to do with all Happy Life Habits sessions is start with a question for you all. And can you see the screen? So if you can, that's great. What I would like you to do is just using a scale of 0 to 10, but not using the number 7, but you're allowed to use fractions and you like to use decimals, just check in for yourself on your scale of 0 to 10, where you are right now. And remember, your scale is your scale. So your 8 might be someone else's 6, but just take a moment right now to think, where are you on that scale? And make a note of it. If you want to share in the chat, you can share in the chat. But otherwise, just make a note for yourself where you are on this scale. And the purpose of this is to raise our awareness, to let us know what we're feeling at various points in time, and let us be aware of, what we're feeling. And if we want to change that number, then, what we're sharing in Happy Life Habits allows you to use practices and things to change that number. If any time you can't hear us properly or you can't see us, please do let us know via the chat or pressing the space bar and letting us know. We will have questions at the end of the session, so if you could save your questions till then, and if you could save things on the other questions regarding chat till then, that would be good. I am hoping to make the session as interactive as possible so that we can have a great engagement with that. So what I want to share here is the number one fear that people have is of public speaking. That's the number one rated fear, public speaking. And it's even rated higher in death. So here I am today, public speaking about death. So I'm scared, I'm worried, I don't know what to say. And that's often how we feel when we come across someone who's lost someone. We don't know what to say. And hopefully through this session, we can have some ideas of things we can say. What I will say is that this session will be emotive. I'll be sharing some personal stories and accounts of personal loss I've had over the last years. 2 years ago, a good friend of mine, Bobby, passed away, and that hit me very hard. And 9 months ago, my father passed away quite suddenly, and that hit hard. So I'll share some of the stories and experiences behind that and what we did to support on that. And also, over this 2-year period and even a little bit longer, I'll draw upon some of the learnings I've had from the service space, a living and dying pod that I had. Mind in Enfield and Barnet had a bereavement awareness training. I took part in that and learned from there. Some podcasts I've listened to, and just other thoughts and ideas that come through. I will share those during the session. And as Lucky Ben said, it's all coming from the heart. So that's our intention, to share from the heart. And as you will see, that is what our focus will be. So these are some of the topics and themes we'll be covering. That grief is, everyone's grief is a unique journey. We'll share the 5 stages of grief +1. We'll share top regrets of the dying. We'll share ideas on how you can help someone who's going through grief, and also how you can help yourself going through grief. So our agenda is, we'll start with what is grief. We'll look at what is positive grief. We'll explore the grief journey. We'll see how we can grow around the grief. We'll explore some ideas about life and death, and then we'll come towards the end from there. So that is our intention in sharing today. So what I would like to ask is, if you can get hold of some paper and pen, if you don't already have it, that would be fantastic. And there's an exercise we'll be doing throughout the session as we go through that I'd like you to partake in. So if you can grab some paper and pen, that would be great. And if you could just draw a chart 6 by 6, so 6 rows across, sorry, 6 columns across and 6 rows. And at the top of the 6 columns, if you could put these things there. So you could put people, put items, put places, put hobbies, put values, and put daily activities as the headings along the top. And then in the columns, in each of the rows, for each of those headings, I would like you to fill out as best you can the things which are important to you in terms of those items. So for places, put the places which are important to you. For people, write their names down. For items, put the items down. I won't ask you to share in the group, so it's personal, it's private to you. At a later point, if there is an opportunity to share, I might ask, and if you want to, you can do. If not, it's fine. And as mentioned, this session is a safe environment and one where you can, speak openly regarding what we're discussing. So I'll give you just a moment to work through and fill out those bits and pieces. And you want to end up with a chart looking similar to this. So people's names, things which are important to you and so forth. And this is an exercise I came through when I did the service-based living and dying pod, a week-long project, and found it very impactful. And if you are able to do this exercise with us at the moment, it'll be better than just hearing about it and then trying to do it afterwards. So that is our request. And so you can be filling that out as we move along, that's fine. And we go to our first agenda item.